Hello, honey roses. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. Welcome to Milk Honey Rose. Thank you for all of your likes, your shares, your subscriptions. You are appreciated. If you would like to book a coaching call or a reading with me, you can on my website. You can go to www.milkhoneyrose.org. You can also purchase any of my books. They'll be linked to this video, okay? At the bottom. Somewhere at the bottom. I hope you guys are having a wonderful morning. I feel like I should open the curtain. I forgot to open the curtain. Let me go do it. Let me go do it. Let me go do it. It was just raining so hard, but it stopped. The rain has taken a break. I don't know if it's gonna rain again though. All right. Did I say the download just now? What was the download? Did I forget it? How did I forget it that fast? Let me see. What was it? Did I write it down? I just said it in my mind. Sometimes I write it down before the video starts so I don't forget it. But what was it? Did I just lose it? Hold on. Wait a minute. I have too many thoughts in my head this morning. That's what's going on. Let me see. That's what happens when I have multiple downloads. That's why I like to write things down, because there's so much that floats around in here. Oh, it's something about when someone experiences you. You are a blissful experience. Okay, that's what it is. You are a blissful experience for someone. You are an experience, okay? Not now, this message is not going to be for everyone, because everyone doesn't have these powers, okay? However, if this is for you, you will know you are a beautiful person to be around. People absolutely love to be around you, okay? You're fun, you're transparent, you're open. You don't really hold back, you know, but you do think before you speak. You make people feel seen. You make them feel heard. You understand, okay? Let me see. So you are a blissful experience to be around. I feel like this was coming from a romantic perspective. However, there's others that feel the same way when it comes to you. People just love being around your energy. It's like, yes, I love your energy. Yes, say something. Let me hear you say it. Say something. I won't give up on you. No, anything you say, I just like, ooh, say something else, you know? They love to hear you speak. Love to hear what you have to say, okay? You are their wish fulfillment. There's many people that never wanted to have to leave from your energy, but some people just had to go because they weren't meant to be there, right? Sometimes people are not always meant to stay. Sometimes people just have a temporary place in your life. Once their time is up, it's up. Now, those that you deem as worthy to be in your presence, and I say that respectfully, because some people aren't worthy of you. And some people could think that that's like, I don't know what they want to call it, bougie. Somebody's overly confident, full of themselves, but it's not even about like being cocky or stuck up. It's about the frequency. It's about the frequency. If somebody's frequency is not right, then it's just not right for you. So people who have frequencies that don't align with yours, that don't align with yours, they're not worthy to be around you. You know? Otherwise, they're just going to give you grief. People like to pass out grief if you let them. You just can't let them pass out that grief, okay? Yeah, do you have people that feels like you are the one that got away because you have exes that want you? You have exes that want you back like ASAP. No Rocky. Okay? You have many exes that feel like they're locked up in a mental prison because after it ended with you, they couldn't find another. Nothing like you. No one like you, at least. They could have found another, just not another you. Okay? Because that's just the way it goes. That's the way love goes. You gave them your love and you took it back. Because you was like, nah, you're not fitting to have me like that. Okay? Because I really feel that there's times when you had gotten into relationships and you thought that person was the one for you. But then you realize this is not what I even want. We could trick ourselves into believing that based on what somebody looked like because you're so sexually and physically attracted to a person. But then once you get into their mind, you're like, I don't like what's in there. Or is there anything in there at all? So, because hello? Is anybody there? And once you notice the rest of them, you recognize the truth about how you truly feel. You have to know someone as a whole. And then when somebody's like truly honest with you and they're not holding back and you know they're not, it feels good. But many times you always felt like somebody was like holding something back from you. Okay. And when people start to hold stuff back, it doesn't feel genuine. It's that the authenticity is not present when you get that vibe that somebody's holding themselves back or trying to be like extra careful and stuff like that. It's like you want them to just be themselves. You like that because that's how you are. Okay. So I feel as though you have declared something new in your life, a new way of being when it comes to relationships, and you only allow those to approach you, or not even approach you, but you only allow yourself to connect with those who have their own mind. You only allow to connect yourself with individuals who understand how to treat somebody. Okay? Because if you're around certain people and you call them your friends because you didn't see a certain side of them, but then you see how they treat people and you disagree with it. You disagree with it for a reason, because that person is not aligned with your morals and ethics. So once you get around a person and if you see that their morals and ethics are lacking or they don't have any at all, you'll recognize if you should be around that person or not. And it just is what it is. It's not about putting that person down or whatever. That's their journey. They have to figure it out. They have to figure that out. It's really about recognizing what you will allow into your own life. That's what it's about. Will I allow this person into my life? Because based off of whatever, sometimes people just don't match. There's a lot of that I keep on feeling like these past couple of weeks. Like if they don't match, you can't. It makes no sense. It's like, no. It's just no, okay? It's just no. Yeah, you put an end to it. Now that you have this way about you where you put it into people who you know can't stay around you because they don't match you. You've been through a lot and you hold back now. You don't just be just so quick to just give your energy to just anybody because it just doesn't make sense. It's not smart. Nowadays, that's not a smart move because everybody does not have good intention. And that's just what it is. Everybody does not have good intention. Once you realize that, you change your entire life. And now the blessings are about to come pouring in because that's how it goes, man. Once you realize certain things and you realize that certain people that you're around are so toxic that you feel like things for you are starting to get blocked, that's their energy rubbing up all on your auric field. Making you like pick up on their energy. And then there's like a static here. A static connection. It's no bueno. Okay? So once, in order for God to bless you, there's certain people that cannot be around you. And I learned that. Because I was around some people that was bad for me. And when I finally recognized it, I was like, nah, I gotta chill off that. And I stopped. Oh my gosh, the blessings. The blessings just showed up. All those years ago. I got my first apartment. I just improved. Everything leveled up for me once I left some peoples alone. I had to leave the peoples behind. And it wasn't easy because I felt like those was my people, but when I recognized the pattern that I was in, I actually adapted to a pattern that wasn't my own. And then I was like, wait, I don't even like this. Why am I here? I had to check myself. I checked myself so I ain't have to wreck myself. Okay? I walked out of the cycle. I was going like this, around and around and around and around the mountain. And then I said, wait, I can step to the right. I don't have to keep going around and around, experiencing this plight. Because I see the light, okay? So because you see the light and you chose to walk away from certain people, they gonna feel some type of way because they're gonna like, why you didn't stay? And then you're gonna tell them, look, you had to get out of my way. That's not my place. That's not my space. I don't belong there. That's not who I am. I have to go. I have to go. That's when you put your foot down and you say, no, I gotta go. Stop talking to me. Stop trying to get me to change my mind. I'm not changing my mind. Then you unwind the times that you made mistakes and you have to reevaluate yourself and your mistakes. You start to feel better. Your heart is really in that heart. When your heart lightens up and you release that heaviness that was on your heart from the things that you were doing that wasn't even in alignment with you and your truth, you feel better, you know? This is why people like to be around you, because you have released toxins from your spirit. You have cleansed yourself through your actions and your thoughts. And so when you do such things in life, people feel your energy is light. And you make people feel like everything gonna be all right because you understand. And you know, look, you know when it's time to go. You know so much that when it's time to go that you can actually tell somebody else when it's time for them to go. Because sometimes people just don't know. Even if they life, sometimes it don't feel like it's their own. Sometimes people live for other people and don't even realize that they're living for somebody else and not themselves. Oof, oof, oof. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yes, you do. I know you do because you lived it. And you're abiding by your own rules now. You're not allowing yourself to live by somebody else's rules, by someone else's patterns, by someone else's life. Your life is not theirs. Your life is your own. As soon as you chose that, your energy shifted. Now you like the life of the party. Because you understand your life. You understand your heart. You understand yourself, so you feel free to speak and to be. And when you speak and when you be, people want to be around you and they want to speak to you. And they're like, wow, I like you. You cool. Because at that point, you feel comfortable with yourself. So you're just talking to people like you know them and you don't. Because that's you understand that it's love. When you speak from a place of love, you don't have to know that person. Like, you know them because we all human. We all live on earth and we all see the same things, go through the same things, have many similar experiences. So even though you don't know them until you get to know them, you still know them off the strength of being human. Humanity. That's humanity. That is humanity. Do you see what I mean? Do you see? You see. I just always have to say that because it feels like the right thing to say sometimes. That's humanity. Being able to speak to someone that you don't know like you know them because you could feel. You understand that they're a person just like you. They have blood running through their veins just like you. They've gone through struggle and pain and heartache and heartbreak just like you. They have a heart that pumps and beats just like you. So, yeah, we could be different, but many of us go through similar things and we live on this earth terrain. We live here. This is our home. We're brothers and sisters. You know? There's many roots that we're bound to because just off the strength of being here and living at here right now at the same time. That's roots in and of itself that we have, that we're connected through this time here on earth. But many people find so many ways and so many reasons to disconnect that it's hard for people now to connect to people that are the best for them out of fear and out of the unknown, instead of just releasing and just being themselves and just say hello. You don't always have to say hello. Maybe you're not the type to do that, but sometimes If somebody just look at you and you catch eye contact, hello, how you doing? Have a good day. It's just, why is that? That has become a challenge for many, and I see it all the time. It's just these little things that are so hard for people, and it's because of this detached, no, not even detached, it's like this, it's a disconnect. I know it's like the same, but it just feels better for me to say disconnected. We're supposed to be more communal, because that's healthy. Like, community brings support. And so if the community is disconnected, that weakens the community. You know? Yeah. So see, this is why people like to be around you, because you remind them of community. Many of us have been stuck in these silos, doing everything by yourself, and we're not supposed to be doing this. It's not supposed to be this way. But we've been tricked into this way to protect ourselves from dismay and additional heartbreak and additional problems because of the influence and what we see on a regular basis. So much chaos. It's like, you know what? Let me just get away from everybody and be by myself all the time. But it's not really good to do that. However, sometimes it's necessary, because you might just be in an environment where you already know who's around you. You already know how your family is, and you know you can't mess with them. Or you already know how certain people are, and you can't mess with them. However, it's good to allow those in that are worthy of you. Okay? And you'll know, because you feel good around those people. And you know that they have good words. They have good ideas. They're thinkers. They think. You know, you can communicate with them. You can have deep communication with them about deep things. It's not always like surface level. It's not about things that don't really matter much. When you could talk to someone and it has substance, you remember them and you want to be around them, because the conversation, it feels good. It's like, oh, this person is listening to me. We have a good back and forth flow. And then it's even more beautiful when you're able to enjoy someone's company and not always have to speak, but still feel comfortable. That's love. When you could do that with a person, you could be around them and you don't have to speak every moment of the second, that there's also something special there as well. So because people feel comfortable in your energy like this is why you're blissful. You are someone who's blissful. People feel at peace around you, and that makes you a blessing to many. Now, when it comes to a romantic sense, because that's how I was feeling it in the beginning, your energy creates an atmosphere for a long-lasting love. When you are at peace with yourself and you know oneself and you trust yourself, people that you're in relationships with, they don't want to let you go. They don't want to, because they know how they feel. How someone makes you feel makes them remember you. I mean, and you could also check yourself like that in a way as well. Remember how someone made you feel, and it makes you remember them either for what they did good to you or what they did bad to you. But you are someone who, when they think about you, they think about what you did to help them. Like, you make them feel good about the experience. And you don't have to try hard, because you're not trying. You're just being, because that's you. That's who you are. And this is why you are a blessing, and you are very blissful to be around. People feel like bliss being around you. Not everybody has that, but you do. I'll see you in the next message.